Who's that? Is that... That was someone leaving. Who was that leaving? Was that Dutch? No, was that Charles leaving? I didn't see the colour of the horse. Enjoyed that, Dark Beast? Oh, this is a cool song. Like, I'd be amazed if this doesn't get copyright issues. I'll be absolutely amazed. I'll be overjoyed, but I will be amazed at the same time. Assassin's Creed Origins next? Not just yet. I want to start like a good sort of good RPG next. I'm going to be playing Divinity Original Sin next, starting tomorrow. And Hearts of Iron 4. I'm going to have 2 games on the go all the time. So I suppose once I finish Hearts of Iron 4, or that playthrough, we might put Assassin's Creed Origins up at the same time as Divinity. But well, partly because I need a GOG game that I can play tomorrow for the giveaway. So we will get back to Assassin's Creed Origins sometime though, because I enjoyed that too. This playthrough has been utter nonsense, madness and massacres. So many massacres. That's what it's all about. To be fair, the massacres, they weren't my fault. I didn't start them. You know, if that drunken Valentine hadn't wandered up asking for money, if that guy outside the pub hadn't pulled a gun when I was trying to have a fist fight with him, if Micah hadn't just tried to shoot up all of Strawberry, it wasn't my fault. It was never my fault. And it was always an accident. We had some good stuff in this. Some epic dismounts. Some epic human torches. Why is it showing me this again? Is Dutch going to come back? Pinkertons. Guess we got there just in time. What's wrong with a little bit of mayhem and madness? Keeps it interesting. It's the best thing about games like this. It's the unexpected consequences, where the game isn't sort of set on rails, and you can just do stuff, or you can complete stuff in ways that isn't really meant to be done. That's what I love about games, that allow you to do things like that. It's one of my favourite aspects of it all. So it's worth the price after all. It is definitely worth the price. I mean, what part will this be when I finish uploading all these? I think it'll be about 200 parts, which is going to be roughly 100 hours. And that's just the playthrough, the single-player campaign, which I think I would happily play through that again at some point. There's always the online stuff as well, which I have tried, and it seems a bit empty without the story and the characters and the chatter. Fun when you get your mates playing, I guess, but it didn't excite me quite so much. Is this Charles saying goodbye? That's kind of sad. I like Charles. Nice to see his wound healed up, though. That's a nice bunch. That is a nice bunch. That's a nice picture. It's good stuff. You just still absolutely hate that the challenges have to be done in order? Yeah, that is a shame, that. Because, like the herbalist, was it the herbalist one? Was that the first challenge? Or the second challenge where you have to eat 4 different berries? I never found the 4th one. I mean, perhaps it was somewhere around Blackwater. But I didn't really care about it by that point. But being so early on in the challenges, that stopped you being able to access the other stuff, which I bet most of the other stuff is pretty easy to find and do. So that one really annoyed me. Saint Denis, Alexander Butler and Son. Really have enjoyed doing the challenges and probably done them all if you didn't have to do them in order. The riding one, I think it stepped up a bit too much in one big step. Like I had to do one in 7 minutes, which was okay. That's all right. Challenge. I did that. The next one, I think, was it I can't remember where it was from, but to go from A to B in less than 19 minutes. And I thought, there's no way I'm doing a constant 19-minute horse ride. I've got better things to do in my life than that. And they weren't that far in the challenges, I don't think. Today, Spain showed its ugly face during these trying times. What's happened in Spain today? I heard there's been a load more deaths, unfortunately. If anyone's watching from Spain, then take it easy. But this Spanish... Oh, I did read about this. Well, I heard the headline. Spanish military finds dead bodies and seniors completely abandoned in care homes. But I didn't go in to see the reason for that. So that's grim. It won't be the only country with crap like that going on and bad stuff. The UK's had all sorts of scandals about care homes and bad care recently. But that sounds really bad. They just left them. Sad times, folks. Take care, and I hope if anyone has any family in any care homes, not just in Spain, then just make sure they're okay, as much as we can. But anyway, back to this. Yeah, absolutely outstanding game. Great story, great characters. It had everything you need, really. It had characters that you love, characters that you don't want to lose, characters that you're sad about, characters that you like, characters that you hate, characters that you want to avoid, characters that are so evil you just have to see them get their just desserts. You just have to make sure that happens. It had loads of stuff. It had just random wandering about hunting for fun, but also for the challenges and for the crafting the epic gear. It had a lot of stuff that I will have to praise. It also had some bad points. I mentioned the tutorial. That's not going to bother everyone. It bothered me, but once you're over that, then that's not an issue. That's not a bad point. One of the bad points is the technical issues that plague this. There was at least 2 instances that almost had me thinking I have to start the game over from scratch. There was at least 2 instances which had me thinking I can't get the game to run. I can't ever get it to work again. Hello? Who's this? Who are they looking for? That guy on the left there looked like Jason Statham. So technical issues nearly stopped me playing this, and certainly nearly stopped me completing it. There was a few issues with that, but that was Agent Ross. You never had technical issues? No, they don't affect everyone. But those that do affect them, they're not just like minor technical issues, they're pretty damn serious ones. Looking for Jim Milton. Well, that might still happen. They might still find Jim Milton. So I still need to know how things go from here to beginning of Red Dead 1. Unless this explains it, then I'm going to go and look that up online later on. Because I might be misremembering the start of Red Dead 1. But I remember in that John mentions a wife and a child, but I don't remember any more than that. And I never finished the game, so more might be explained in there. Did I figure out controlling John indoors? Controlling all the characters indoors was a pain. I got better at it as it went on, but it was so awkward. Mouse or keyboard, mouse or controller. Largely because of the pixel-perfect positioning you had to pick up like a can of beans or a box of ammunition, and also the fact that you moved at the slowest possible speed indoors. So that was clunky, but that's been a thing of Rockstar's games in that third-person mode in this and some of the GTA series. So that's not too unexpected. It was a pain in the ass, though. That was a damn good game. I wonder how many more hours I'm going to get out of this playing stuff, having fun. Apart from the violent stuff, I was going to say I'd recommend it to me kids to play for the roaming around and hunting, but some of the headshots with people's parts of their skull coming off, I think I might wait till they're a bit older before I recommend it to them. But it was good. It was good. I'd recommend it to anyone, particularly if they can get it on a sale. They might need a fairly powerful rig to be able to get it to play with good graphic settings. Although, remember when I was having that last technical issue with... Oh, that was another technical issue where that Sadie's mission in Saint Denis, it crashed the game every time. And I had to turn the graphic settings down to low. I didn't notice a whole lot of difference when I did that. So maybe you don't need such a powerful rig. Although, having said that, this machine of mine is fairly powerful. And it couldn't record just the game footage and play the game at the same time. And that is the only game I've ever had an issue with that. So there you go. That's where the story begins for Red Dead 1. So I thought it wandered... John... I mean, here John owns a farm, he has a family. And in Red Dead 1, doesn't he wander into a ranch looking for work? At the start? Isn't that it? Don't know. These credit scenes are quite nice. I'm assuming it shows these same scenes whether I'd bumped into them in the game or not. And that was the picture on the wall. Okay, I couldn't get close enough to zoom in. Maybe if I'd been in first person mode. I keep forgetting there's a first person mode available in this. I've only used it a couple of times. Just makes you got to realise, doesn't it? How many people are involved in production of something like this. You could say you can compare it to a movie, but movies are like 2 hours long, usually like 3 at the very maximum. There's like 100 hours of stuff I've put into this. Alright, there isn't if I cut all the cutscenes out, they would be a lot shorter and more condensed, but still, all that work for all the other 100 hours of or whatever gameplay's got to be done. So it's a big effort. I wonder what's going to come next. What we're going to get next. Will there be a Red Dead 3? There should be. But I have no idea what character we'll be following. Or what storyline. I don't know. The Pinkertons probably find John after some events and he has to work for them. I'm going to have to go back and read up on Red Dead 1. You should pull up a YouTube with the beginning of Red Dead 1. We can watch after the credits, just the first 1 to 2 minutes. No, I'll go and find that myself. But by all means, do search for it. The trouble with playing YouTube videos on Twitch is that I believe that can get you into trouble. So we won't do that. As useful as it would be. The story of Dutch for Red Dead 3? No, I don't want that story. I didn't like Dutch enough as a character in this to want to play through as him. Maybe a story involving where you play as another character that has Dutch involved in it in some way, as a young Dutch or something, but I wouldn't want to play as him. A young Arthur, possibly, but then knowing what happens to Arthur in this, I don't know. Who have we got? Who have we got that we could? John's son. It could advance. Mind you, no, it won't do, because if they advance the story long enough for John's son to be an adult, then we're kind of into the 1920s there, and that really is out of the Old West sort of theme. So they'd have to go earlier, I think. So we're looking at younger characters that we might have met. Young uncle. That might be fun. You'd like to play as Sadie? She's mad, and she didn't have much of an interesting life before this. Well, I mean, as interesting life to play as. It could actually feature her as the life she has led between Arthur's final scene and when she meets John Marston again in this, because there's several years go by. There's a possibility. Yunkle. That'd be cool. Yunkle. We've got to get that. Hosea? Hosea's got some history. And has been around, seen a lot, and he's not a bad character. He's not like an arsehole. Maybe he was when he was younger. Who knows? So I could see something working where you play maybe a character that isn't featured here, but ran with the gang leading up to the events at Blackwater and why that all went to shit. You remember at the start of the game? That's where it opens in. So the last mission in Red Dead 3 could be the escape from Blackwater and the hiding of the money, which then sets you up for Red Dead 2. So doing everything in reverse. There's some possibilities. Abigail? I don't think she really gets involved enough in the action. We could speculate all day, like, couldn't we, over who could we play? Who else would there be? I don't know. Maybe something completely new. Maybe something like a new character that has nothing to do with the gang. And in Red Dead 3, there's just like mentions or instances where you meet various members who run with the gang, but set earlier on. That'd be good. They'd give him like cameo appearances. All that stuff could work. These credits go for 36 minutes. That's a lot of credits. That is a lot of credits. I kind of want to see where they go, though. How long have we had so far? Arthur Morgan. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst. Oh, I didn't get to read it. Is that Mary? And thirst for... I can't read it. Can't read it. Couldn't. No, it's not redemption. Somethingness. Somethingness. And thirst for... Not righteousness, is it? Oh, well, it's gone now. Alright, Dark Beast, go and enjoy whatever food you're going to grab. I've got to get something to eat soon as well, actually. It's late, and I am starving, as usual. Hey, Mockney, how's it going? Yep, made it to the end. We got there in the end. And really enjoyed the whole journey as well. Could have clipped it to go back and look. Yeah, I'll look it up. I'll maybe find it on YouTube or something. We don't have anything better to do, so let's watch it 3 millennia later. There might be some real important scene at the end. There's treasure maps to do as well. There's a couple of locations I never found. So I could finish exploring the map around Blackwater. I won't stream this, by the way. This is just me talking about stuff to do online. I'm assuming you can go in and play after this. I don't know. The gravestone will say something else if you had bad honour. That's interesting. I see you tomorrow, Dark Beast. It should be about 2:30 UK time. That's when I'm planning to get started. Although everything is a little bit up in the air at the moment regarding work and other situations. You can go on and play? Cool. Arthur Morgan's voice actor is the one who did the Mary's motion capture over his grave, which means Arthur Morgan's voice actor stood over his own grave. Okay. You should check your wallet after the credits. It's John loaded after that. Oh, God. Okay. That's starting to explain a few things. When did I play Red Dead 1? I had some mates played it. It must have been around... Would it be 2012? I remember buying the PlayStation 3. I got it second hand out of a game store. It was a weekend where I was competing in an archery contest. And the rain was that heavy and the field was that wet. Halfway through, I just said bollocks to this and gave up. And we went off into whatever the local town was where we were. And I thought, you know what, I've been wanting to... I more or less bought it to play Red Dead 1. And I found a second-hand one, so I bought that, the copy, and it came with Red Dead 1. And it must have been... I don't know if it's 2012, because that was a really wet year. I think it was 2012, but I don't know when it came out, so I might be wrong. You think the credits tells the story up to Red Dead 1? We must be getting there. They look quite content. Without an Arthur there to shoot them and skin them. Didn't know I was an archer? Oh yeah, I was an archer. type exclamation archery into Twitch chat and it'll tell you more. I want to see if there's another scene to go. Thing is, with the credits these days on all the movies, you know there's going to be like hidden scenes woven into the credits, so it's to make you sit there longer, which is all right, I suppose. But when the credits go on for half an hour, it's a bit much. Arthur's marker says, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted." All right, that's not what it said on that one there. It was something about blessed are those who hunger or thirst for whatever, something else. So if I just alt-tab out of that, does it break the game? It doesn't. There you go. Archery. We're back in. Oh, what a time to drop some frames during the credits. I suppose if there was a time to drop frames, it's as good a time as any. My bandwidth is struggling a bit there. But that's been a lot better streaming to the Netherlands server on Twitch than to the London and Paris ones recently. I'll have to try those again sometime. Who's the body? Who's that body? Was that the low honor gravestone reading? That would make sense. I had good honor, and if I played it again, I don't think I could bring myself to play it through to get the bad honor. I just like all the decisions I took, especially in the second half of the game. And I had a bit of bad honor to erase from accidentally running people over and looting lots of people I shouldn't. But I don't think I'd do it differently. The hungry will probably be fed. I don't know. Who's that? Oh, that's Rain's Fall. So who would the body by the church be? That couldn't be the Reverend, could it? We never saw the Reverend. We never met back up with him. And I never feel like I got his story in the game either. Which may be my fault, because he did come to try and talk to me a couple of times. That's Eagle Flies. I guess that's his spirit soaring. Right, I'm guessing that's the end of the little jumpy back cutscenes and stuff, right? The Vandalin Gang. Benjamin Byron Davis. John Marston, Rob Whiteoff. Uncle, a panderer and degenerate. James McBride and John O'Cree. Why was the two voice actors for Uncle? Did they just share the job? One give up, one pack in? Was there a scene where Uncle's remembering he was a younger man or something? I don't remember. It says in the newspapers that the priest got his life turned around and is now living in New York running a church. Oh, okay. I bought one newspaper, didn't see the point of doing any more, then gave up. Gavin's friend, an Englishman abroad, Joseph Thompson. No mention of Gavin in there. You dated an Olympic archer once? Really loved shooting yourself, but didn't want to continue after you stopped seeing each other? Felt too weird? Fair enough. Surprised they had any time to date. They're an Olympic archer. One of those sports that takes up so much time practicing, and it's it can be the most boring, monotonous practice ever, because it's just doing the same activity over and over and over again without any variation on it. It's the art of repetition, and the practice gets a bit tedious. They caught up with Trelawney, beat him up, but he never revealed anything to the Pinkertons. I think he's in the Caribbean. Maybe he's in Tahiti. We had a lot of time at the archery range together. My wife, we were married before I started archery, and because I wanted to join the club, I didn't know archery was a sport at all. I knew the local club, and I thought I want to have a go at that. But my ploy was to become the Englishman to pull the strongest ever longbow. That's when I started. That's what I wanted to do, just shoot an old wooden longbow. No idea it was a sport. Did rather well at the beginner's course. My wife and two of my friends joined at the same time, just for a bit of fun. And yeah, I started going to competitions, shooting recurve, and did quite well. And it just seemed to go from there. My wife ended up shooting for England as well, for one of the indoor competitions, national indoors, which was nice. So we were on the England team together at one point. But yeah, it took a lot of time up and a lot of money, and I didn't have much of either at the end. So I packed up because I was sick of the money drain and everything else and the time. And now I've got an injury, so I can't get back to it. And well, won't get back to it. You can find Trelawney in Saint Denis. I don't think I'll go looking for him. What type did I shoot? I was at Olympic recurve. Shot target and field archery. It was it's called Feater Field at the time. World Archery Field it is now, which was good fun. That was what I was representing Great Britain at the 2012 World Field Championships in Val d'Isère in the Alps. Beautiful red hot weather. It's gorgeous. Because in the UK it just rained solid for 4 months. Flooded everywhere. Miserable, which impacted on my practice time, unfortunately, a lot. It was a real pain in the arse. But yeah, came back from the World Championship, decided to take a month off. I enjoyed that month off so much and had so much more spare money at the end of it. I thought, what have I been doing with my life? And that was when the rot set in. And I discovered it was more fun sitting on my ass playing computer games than standing out in the field, getting wet and cold and disappointed and all the rest. So yeah, that was that. I did briefly shoot compound, and I shot a little bit of English longbow as well, for fun though. I think I'm going to skip this now. I don't think there's anything else coming. I can't skip it. There we go, we can skip that. Oh nice, there is an end scene. I'm glad I skipped that.
John Marston, since you bought this millstone around our necks, we better try and keep this place going.
I paid our debts with that money I
don't want to talk
borrowed.
about that money. And no more of that.
It's over, Abigail.
I'm sure.
No, it's not.
Then get to work on this ranch you own, raising your boy.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you being sarcastic, John Marston?
Me? Never.
Good.
Anyway, I thought you liked this place.
No, John, I don't like it. I love it. It's home.
Okay. We're good. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, is what it says for high on. Oh, so it was righteousness. Okay. I didn't think they could have fit all that on. I saw something usness, but I didn't think they could have fit the whole lot on there. Oh, cheers, normal people. Thanks for looking that up. At medieval fairs, you were never good with a bow, but put a heavy blunt object in your hands, sit back and enjoy the carnage. Whoa, whoa. Don't want to jump off there. So that was awesome. That was a thoroughly good game that I really enjoyed. And I might occasionally load it up and finish off some of those challenges just for fun. And someday I'll definitely play through it again, but I can't see me doing much differently. I liked the path we trod in that one. It was good fun. It had sad moments, it had happy moments, it had hilarity, it had some dark moments, but it was a great, great game. Look at the money. 20,000. Okay, nice. And that all disappears somewhere between now and Red Dead 1. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to look at, was there? That's us pretty much finished. In which case, I will bid you all a fond farewell and a good night. And we shall catch you hopefully again tomorrow. I'll be streaming tomorrow afternoon. I'll say 2:30 start, but that might be shiftable. And we've got a few games to give away. You'll need a GOG account. If you don't have one, then nip over to GOG.com and just sign up. And I don't have copies for everyone, unfortunately, unless there's only about 5 of you come and watch the stream. So it's we'll do a random draw from those who are chatting when we do the giveaways, and I'll spread them out throughout the afternoon as well. Family dinner is now available. Oh, it'd be rude not to go and see it, wouldn't it? Let's just go and see the family dinner. Let's leap off the cliff.
Shit.
One more epic dismount just for the road. Let's go and see what dinner looks like and sit around the table with Uncle. What the hell? Okay, I wasn't expecting that. They've been busy.
It's about nights. Night. Brave men, old England.
Let's see. Where's this dinner then? Where's this dinner? Sit down to dinner. I want to see if everyone...
Hope you like it.
Oh, am I not getting joined by everyone else? Yes, we are.
Cook.
Everything good, John?
Sure.
Hello.
Is that someone else? That's the way we eat at the table in my house.
Hello.
This is the most starched dinner conversation ever. Oh, hang on.
This growth's
You're
pretty good.
confusing the boy.
Oh, he's fine. Confused already with you for a parent.
Between you
Another
and me and
graceful
everything
dismount.
else,
They're the best, aren't they?
there's no damn hope for him. You okay, Mrs. Marston?
Sure.
Haven't had food like this since...
Jack.
Hell, I don't know.
I worry for him so.
I know. He'll get there. I'm sure he will.
He'll be right. Can I talk to Jack? Can I not talk to... No, okay. All right, we're going to leave it with them having dinner round the table. Thanks for joining us today, folks. It's been great fun, and enjoy the rest of your night. And I shall see you all tomorrow on the next one. See you then.